Okay, Anna Gibson, the Ascent champion here at the 2025 Broken Arrow Sky Race. You are on an absolute heater. Congratulations. How are you feeling after another victory?
Thank you. I'm super excited.
Yes. You won here 2 years ago, second last year, another big victory here today. How's it feel, first and foremost?
I mean, Broken Arrow is just the best. I feel like it just doesn't miss. Like every time I come here, I have so much fun and I have a great race.
You're on an absolute heater. We were just talking in the elevator, coming off a big win at Sunapee Scramble, where you also qualified for Team USA in the Classic. Mm-hmm. Here, another victory, qualifying for Team USA in the vertical, 2 for 2. I mean, you got to feel pretty great about how your season is starting here. What do you attribute it to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I mean, I think the biggest thing is just that I decided not to race track this spring. So I've actually been training for this style of race and for the 23K. And I just feel like I'm in a completely different place fitness wise for like this type of racing than I have been in the past.
We were talking with MK yesterday, and I think she had mentioned that you guys had talked about the shortened course. Again, yesterday for our viewers and listeners, that because of wind, the course was shortened to about 2 miles with about 2,000 feet of climbing. MK was speculating that it actually played into someone like your favor, just given your track background. Do you feel that's the case, or in general, did it change the way you approach the race strategically?
I mean, it definitely changed like the pacing a little bit. I think like normally in the VK, I'm like, okay, like you got to be kind of calm at the beginning, and it's really easy to go out way too hard and just destroy your legs for the rest of the race. But for this one, it was like, okay, this is going to take half the amount of time, and this really is going to feel like a sprint. And I do think it felt more like a track race almost. Like if you're unfamiliar with what it feels like to go lactic, then this probably would not have been very fun for you. Yeah. But it's like a feeling that I'm very well acquainted with from my race background. So yeah, I mean, it definitely hurt. And it was a totally different like feeling just from the gun, just feeling like, okay, like time to get to business.
Yeah. All right. So walk us through how it played out, because I saw you guys about halfway through. You already had a minute gap at that point. It seemed like, you certainly raced aggressively from the beginning, as you're describing now.
Yeah, I mean, the race, I feel like I kind of just like put my head down on the first steep part, which like that first face up the ski run is always so hard.
Describe that for the audience, for those who didn't tune into the live stream and stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's super, super steep. Like it is not a comfortable running grade. Like we all start out running because it's the start of the race. But like if you hit that in the middle of a VK, you would not be running it. Yeah. You would be power hiking. So it's kind of just a mad dash, and it's like a little bit crazy. The footing, like the ground is pretty uneven, and like the flowers this year are like knee high, and there's just bushes and stuff. So you're kind of like bushwhacking, and there's people all around you trying to find the best line. So I just like put my head down there. And I know like Joyce and Allie McLaughlin were like right in front of me. Yeah. We were all kind of like together, which was nice. And then as soon as we got to the top of that first pitch, I like caught up to Allie and I passed her, and then I was in the front. And from that point forward, like I didn't see any other women.
So I was going to ask you about that. So you were second here last year behind Joyce. And I wondered, coming into this with, a bit of a rematch there, whether you raced in a different style based on your experience racing against, Joyce specifically, but also Allie Mack as a previous world champion in the vertical too. Like as you assessed the women's field, obviously viewing yourself as one of the contenders, did you approach the vertical in a different style than you have in the past? Like, were you a little bit more aggressive and assertive?
I mean, I think I definitely was like more aggressive this year for sure. I don't know if it was like, it wasn't really about redemption or anything like that. Like, obviously I wanted to go out and see how well I could do today. I was hoping I could win the race, but I think more than anything, like just having already made a world's team, it kind of felt like, okay, I have nothing to lose. Like this will be so sick if I can go out. I can like get 2 of these titles in a matter of weeks, like make 2 teams. Like that's best case scenario, but worst case scenario, like I still made 1 team. And so I was like, I can go out hard. I can be pretty aggressive. And if I like fade, so be it.
Well, the reason I asked that wasn't, for you to get redemption or revenge against Joyce, but more so because you had already had a big gap early. It felt like, well, maybe Anna was just like, on the gas from the beginning and raced maybe a little bit more aggressively, because I mean, looking at the time this year versus the time last year. Of course, it's a different course and a shortened course, but last year Joyce beat you by 2 minutes. This year you beat her by 1.5 minutes. So you could view that as like a 3.5 minute swing. So anyway, I just think it's interesting to think about whether that came down to experience, fitness, or a change in strategy.
Yeah. I mean, I think more than anything, honestly, it's a change in fitness for me. Like I've leveled up this year, and like it is a result of like working really hard this winter, things kind of going my way. Like, it's just, I've been doing a totally different style of training than I've ever done. And it's like, it's really satisfying and rewarding to like see that actually pay off in performance. It's like, yeah, like I've been working really hard and now that shows, which is cool.
That's so rad. Tell us more about that. How have you leveled up this like winter and spring?
I mean, I don't know, like I've always been kind of like low mileage person, and I still am relatively low mileage compared to probably most of the women that I'm racing against, but I've been really pushing myself like on the bike, dabbling in a little bit of racing there, which is like, I don't know, we'll see where that goes. But I think like just figuring out how to like suffer for a lot of hours, like go out for a 4-hour bike ride, 5-hour bike ride, like fuel really well, see how I recover off of that, like doing hard running workouts back to back with like bike workouts the following day. And also running more mileage on trails all winter long instead of like starting to get on trails like literally at Broken Arrow as my first trail race of the year, like the last couple years. Right. So it's just different.
All right. So coming back to kind of like racing strategy and stuff, I'd love to hear the way you approach things similarly or differently between a classic versus just a pure vertical. Are both just a matter of pure survival and, maximum effort and anaerobic capacity, or are they, is there a difference between the two?
I mean, there's definitely a difference. I feel like just especially in like the way that I approach them, like this was like, okay, this is all out. Like this is going to take, I was guessing it would take like 25 minutes. So I guess I went like slightly slower than I was expecting by a couple minutes, but that is so short and you really just like grind the entire time. Whereas like the classic a couple weeks ago, it was like 2 different loops. And so if you go too hard on the first lap, you can't do that again on the second lap because it's just with the up and the down and then turning it around to go back up again. Like it's just too brutal. Yeah. And so you have to be like really careful to like stay below like VO2 effort. So definitely more like pacing strategy. I feel like with a classic race with like an up down style.
It's going to be so cool to see you do both at the World Championships. And speaking of which, Team USA today, Anna Gibson, Sydney Peterson, Hillary Allen, Jess Brazeau. Comments on your teammates in the vertical?
I mean, that's just like so cool.
It's your other teammates too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really excited to hang out with all these women. Like, especially it's just really cool. Like, I don't know that anybody would have predicted that 3 Brooks athletes would make this vertical team, especially like when this year kind of started. Like that just is an uncalled for thing to happen. And it's super cool. It's like we're not only are we like Team USA teammates, but we're also like going to team camp together and training together and scheming up other projects to work on. It's just really cool.
I'm really pumped for Hillary Allen too. I mean, somebody who's in recent years been known more as an ultra runner, now on Team USA for the vertical. It's pretty rad for Hilly Goat.
It's super, super cool. Like up at the finish, I was like super excited to finish my race. This is great. And then I saw Hillary and learned that she made the team, and I just like crying. Like this is just so cool.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
So it makes me want to ask though, you win Sunapee, you win here at Broken Arrow. Not only are you on Team USA, but now Anna Gibson is sort of the leader and the anchor of these 2 distances for Team USA. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like pinch me, I guess. Like it's really cool. I'm super excited. The years are really off to a great start. And I feel like for me, this is how I race best, with like less pressure and just like the year's already been great. So whatever happens from here is just kind of icing on the cake. And I just can like go out and race and have fun and enjoy the experience.
Speaking of racing and having fun, you now have less than 48 hours until you pin the bib back on in the 23K for the Golden Trail World Series. You already raced Zagama earlier this season, so this is your second Golden Trail race. How are you thinking about the 23K?
I mean, I honestly haven't thought too much about it yet. I'm like, I'm going to enjoy the rest of today and tonight and then think about it tomorrow. But I am really excited for it. It's super cool that Golden Trail is here at Broken Arrow. And yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a super, super fun race.
Yeah. Share a little bit about your experience at Zagama, because I saw you post about it. I think you were 11th from memory. I know that's an iconic, amazing race, sort of a bucket lister for trail athletes. And it seemed like it was that way for you too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Zagama was insane. Like I had always wondered why people say zagama is zagama.
Yeah.
I was like, just like, what does that mean? I don't get it. And then I went there. I'm like, no, it's actually when you come back, it's really hard to explain it to people and like find the words to like describe the atmosphere. And like, there were so many people. Like that doesn't really do it justice. Like the people who show up for that event and spectate are so crazy. It's so jam-packed, so much noise, so much hype for every single athlete, whether you're Spanish or not. And yeah, I mean, it was super cool. I can't wait to go back.
So Golden Trail must be one goal for you this year, given the fact you did Zagama, you're doing the 23K here. Ren told me you're doing Sierras and all as well. Is, Golden Trail sort of one of the main objectives for the season and, an overall placement within that series?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big goal. Like, I love racing Golden Trail. I think it's super fun, and they're like really elevating the level of sub ultra.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, just it's cool seeing people tune in from all different areas and like people who aren't even runners like tapping in and getting excited about it. But I definitely, I mean, I'm aware that I chose a couple of really hard races to perform well at, and I'm only doing 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the overall is a big goal, but it's not like my only goal. I was like, I just want to choose races that like really excite me and things that like motivate me to train hard and the overall experience that I want. So yeah, I chose only 3 and there's just lots of things like pulling me in different directions right now.
Well, perfect segue as we begin to wind down here. Ren also mentioned to me that after the 23K next weekend, you've got a different style of racing, a gravel race and steamboat. Share that with the audience.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm racing Steamboat Gravel, which is 117 miles. It'll be my second bike race. I did one in February that I really enjoyed. Super fun. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. It's going to be like kind of a wild ride.
It's so funny, man. I mean, just like track, trails, gravel racing. I know you ski also. You're like the most versatile outdoor athlete out there. On the way up the elevator, I called you Heather Jackson Jr. So
I'm flattered.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you there. Any other major objectives we've established? Golden Trail, 2 races at the World Championships. That's obviously quite a season. Any other major things on your calendar this year?
I mean, I'm not quite ready to like announce them, but I will tease that have some FKT ideas for later in the summer. So
well, hey,
stay tuned.
Filmed your last FKT? Who filmed your last FKT? A certain Ryan Thrower did.
Yeah.
We hope we'll be the first to know.
Yes, absolutely.
Anna Gibson, congratulations. It's awesome to see you racing at such a high level. And take Team USA to glory.
Thank you.
And good luck on Sunday.
Thanks.